Get ready to check out featuring in all black, wearing off the orange shirt from the busy town of Baltimore, Maryland. Robin D. Jones. And from a little town called Northeast Washington, the comedian Sean Savage. Welcome to the Beauty and the Comedians Thursday night. So you know we're gonna get you right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna share some laughs, we're gonna share some tears. Well, we might share some tears, I don't know. But
oh God, don't even talk yet.
got my co-host with me, Robin Jones. What's going on, Robin?
Hey, I'm chilling. Man, it's been a busy week.
Has it been a busy week for you?
Oh my goodness. So, I don't tell a lot, but I do say I work with the school systems, and I tell you that thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
We are on overdrive right now. So can't wait for the holidays. How was your week?
My week was pretty good, pretty easy. Thank God it's Thursday.
All right.
We should do a TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. So we over the hump.
TGI. Can't get it in it. T.
What are we talking about tonight? What are we?
You ain't like my chair.
Yeah.
So, Sean, the first thing we're going to talk about is, are we willing to compromise on our non-negotiable list, for a new partner?
Okay.
What are you willing, or what are we willing to do for a relationship? We can start with that.
Okay. Our next topic is, can a husband or wife have a best friend that is the opposite sex? So we know things that a husband would go and be like, oh, that's just my cousin. That's just my cousin. That's my cousin for 30, 40 years. It still got a little something on the side.
Right. Yeah, I don't do cousins with. And then the last topic is it okay for a man to cry out loud? Don't do it. No, start. I know you are so excited to do that one.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what are you willing to compromise to your non-negotiable list?
So I remember when I was first dating, I had a long checkoff list. I ain't even gonna lie. And I mean, but that was because I had years of just allowing whatever flows to flow. I all of a sudden needed to have standards. So one of the things that I actually gave up, or I tweaked a little, was I wanted a man that was like super duper romantic, affectionate, like would always give flowers. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. When I look at them women at the office and like their husbands be sending stuff just because, and I was like, that heifer, I would get mad and jealous because I would want a man to just
got a bunch of balloons get to the office. You're like, I'll pop every last one of them daggone balloons.
That's not my but what I've learned is that guys show you in their own ways, and it doesn't have to be my romantic way. And so like,
what do you mean by that? Your romantic way?
I mean, I like the flowers. I like the woo 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 woo. I like that stuff. I like in front of people, like feel extra special. But like I said, when I first met my dude, he was doing all that. I was at the airport. He had his bouquet of flowers waiting for me. I was like, oh,
Until
And
he
then
got it.
and then what you say? That's the pre-booty.
That's pre-booty. That's pre-booty. Yeah.
And now, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, he's the sweetest guy in the world, but he is just he does it his way, not my way. And I'm like, I need you to like everyone. And so every once in a while, he'll do the Valentine's days, he'll do the birthdays, he'll celebrate the flowers, the balloons, and all that. But I want like regular stuff. But I recognize like he'll make sure that I have everything that I need, like things that I don't even think I need. Like he he took one of my bags and sprayed it with all the leather stuff and so nothing would leak on it and do that. And I was like, man, just it's just a bag, you know.
Right. Right.
But that's his way of like protecting me and my stuff. And so he does the little things where he makes sure that like, you know, I'm taken care of. So that's a big thing that I compromise.
What is your list? What's on your list? I'm interested. What's on your list?
So, you know, back in the day, like when like El DeBarge was a thing, Tamaka was a thing, they had to be, you know, Chris Williams, all of them. I wanted the tall, light skinned, curly hair. My daddy had hazel eyes. They need to have hazel eyes too.
Oh, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones makes every show. Mr. Jones makes every show. Go ahead.
He's got to. I mean, so like, you know, at first I had like that superficial checklist, and then I went through, you know, I one time, you know, I wanted somebody to make twice as much money as I do. Now I don't mind people making twice as much money, but I can take someone that's equitable or make less as long as they can make it up with other things, you know. But I mean, I like a man that can provide and protect. I ain't even gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't do that, then we got a problem.
Okay. Okay.
So what are you on your list when you looking for women, when you're dating, when you're
okay? My list is you got to have faith. You got to have some type of form of godliness. You
Absolutely.
know, I mean that I think that's very important to get that window of faith going on. Yeah, actually this is a little bit deep. I don't know if you will understand this, Robert, but this is a little bit deep. I want somebody to love God more than they love me. Boy, you know what I'm saying? Love God more than you love me.
Are you saying I won't understand that?
Huh?
I feel kind of in something.
I mean, you be going to the clubs and stuff. I don't even know. You be going.
There ain't no clubs open during COVID, so I don't even tell what I be doing. I mean, I like hanging out, but I'm gonna tell you what, I hang out and still make it to that 6 a.m. church service.
Amen. Hey, 6 a.m. on Saturday or Sunday?
I go on Sunday morning. If I don't go Saturday night, I go Sunday morning.
That's
during COVID still. So
okay.
Some people don't even do that.
Okay. I like a woman that's independent. I like a woman that's independent because it's not going to be always a time that I'll be the breadwinner. Just like this COVID thing. It's not going to be a time where I'll be able to breadwin or you might be able to breadwin or whatever. Somebody might go down. Some might go down and like, you know, you can handle your own. Not looking for a dependent, but making sure that she's independent. Make sure that she can do things without me, you know, per se. So when we come together, we'll be strong. We'll be like one of the twin powers deactivate.
You know that form of
a job application. I mean, that's you know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, number two is she gotta have beauty. You know, I mean, I'm not talking about Halle Berry fine. I'm not talking about who else is fine. You know, I'm just talking about, you know, she has to look good to my eyes. You don't have to be that fine, but you know, you could be fine. You know, you could be. I was looking at Whitley Gilbert. I was looking at A Different World today, and I was looking at Whitley Gilbert, right? Jasmine Guy, you know, and she did not age good at all. She did not age good at all. But at the same time, that doesn't matter because the heart matters. So if I was with her in the 90s, I'd be like, God dang, in 2020, but I'll still be with her because,
But the heart ain't walking with you down the street or walking up in that place with you like, bada.
Okay, well, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But that's a question mark. And then, and then you gotta be fun. You gotta be fun. You gotta know how to laugh. With dealing with me and I'm a comedian. Yeah, so actually, to be honest with you, when I'm by myself, well, I guess I'm by myself. Well, when I'm by myself, I'm really quiet. Or if I'm home by myself, a lot of times my daughter's like, "Is Daddy here? Is Truck outside? But is he here?" Because I'm like really, really quiet. Or like when people come on, like when y'all come on, you like every Thursday, then I liven up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like my outlet. But at the same time, you got to be fun. You got to know how to talk. You guys got to be friends. We got to be friends. We got to talk. We got to communicate. And I guess that's all about communicating and laughing and joking and playing and everything. So my friend right now says I always try to start arguments, and I do start arguments because it's not like no mean arguments, but like I can be like a protagonist sometimes just to kind of get her up. You know what I'm saying? To get her up, like just I know that's that's an awesome thing or whatever, but just to know to get juices going. That's it.
Get her up and the juices going. I'm just going with what you're saying.
Yeah,
so,
just play for bad. Not no argument like you so you make me not like that, but just like play for banter, like back and forth.
So you're saying out of all of that, what you would give up are the looks. Out of your non-negotiables, you would give up the looks.
It's a question mark. A beauty.
So what would you give up? You talked about what you need. You didn't say what would you compromise on.
Oh, what would I compromise on? Man, I would say independence.
Give me a little bit more now, because I'm trying to think about what would you give up. I mean, so you would want someone to be dependent on you?
Yeah. I can deal with that because I'm a giving person, so I can deal with sharing. I can deal with that. If you don't have this, because the thing about it is like we'll like ladies will look at a trash man like, oh, he a trash man, But at the same time, you can build him up. And you shaking your head. You can build him up.
You know why? Because trash is $1 million+ business. So when people say that, I mean, I see things so differently in some respects, because I'm like, that's $1 million business right there. They might start on the back of the truck, but well, if they move to the front of the truck or in the office and so on and so forth.
Yeah, you be like, yeah, my man drives the trash truck. He only be on the back. Okay. He drives the trash truck. Okay.
No.
Forget what you heard.
Don't sleep. Right. Don't sleep, Sean. That is funny. But I want to hear more about your friend, but we're gonna talk about that later. Since you always up in my business, we can talk about your friend too.
Yeah. We talk about that anyway.
What I don't want to do is make you cry by talking about your woman. So let's talk about men crying.
Okay. I think, can a man cry? I think there's no question that men cry. I think there's no question that men cry. If you're human, you're gonna cry. Absolutely. But can he cry out loud? Can the man cry out loud and still be sexy? Now, I think that a man would get a pass if his mother or father died. Well, if his father died, that's questionable. But his mama died, then, it might go, see, you be laughing. I can tell you will laugh.
No, I'm
You
laughing
will
at you
laugh.
because that
You will
looks
laugh.
crazy. But you know what? But they say that about women too. So there's a difference between the cry and the ugly cry. You know?
Women can cry. Women can cry all.
But
Women can cry all day long, all night long. They can cry loud, whatever. A big masculine dude, because you shrank my socks in the washer.
shut up.
Get out of here. Get out of here. You gotta get out of
No,
here.
like I don't. But see, I don't do the crying well. Like even male or female cry. Like I don't do it well. Like
But
kids,
you
I don't.
laugh. You
No,
laugh.
no, no. I don't laugh. I don't know how to respond to it. And I don't think that I'm appropriate when I respond to it. So like if you
You
was a
give him a
man,
hug. You give him a hug.
no, no.
If your boyfriend cried, okay, we already discussed this pre-show. If your
Yeah.
boyfriend cried, okay, he may not cry out loud. You just give him a hug, but I don't want you to give me a hug. Now I'm a man and I cry. I don't want you to give me a hug and then on my shoulder you laughing because I cry.
I would never do that. But I would
Robin, if I go, "Ah,"
and I'd be like, oh Sean.
yeah, yeah,
Like I wouldn't know how to respond. And I'd be like, you okay?
yeah.
And
That,
that's
that,
like the dumbest question to ask when somebody's crying. Are you okay? You
no,
know,
no, it ain't okay. No, it ain't okay. My cat just died. So
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
that's okay.
Oh God,
Yeah.
that's a little too like when kids do that stuff too. Ooh, they used to think I was mean at school. I'd be like, stay outside my office till you done with all that, and then you can come. I mean, if it was something, if they was hurt, that's fine. If they was if someone had passed or something like that, then that's fine. You can come to my office and cry. But if you just crying because you don't get your way or your washing machine with, but nah, man, stay
But you know
outside
what?
until you're done with that, and then
But
come
you know
in.
what? I got daughters. I got all daughters, and so sometimes I can be a little tough. But like Ryan, that's the youngest child. She's scared of needles. We were talking about this today. She's scared of needles. So like so I was like, hey, don't look at the needle. My whole thing is I don't like needles either, but I don't look at it. I turn my head. I don't want to look at it. Right? She wants to see the needle go in her arm or whatever, and then she be crying beforehand. So I'm like, don't look at the needle. So the doctor put the needle in her arm, right? And then she cried. Then he put the needle out of her arm. It's just a pinch. It's really
Right,
just a pinch,
right.
right? And so she cried like a half an hour afterwards. That she cried like, you better get yourself together. Look, you are sorry. You better get yourself together, right? But I gotta understand that she's still a little girl. But if I had a little boy, that would be.
Oh my son, I used to have to sit him on my lap. I used to have to take my leg and put it on top of his body, and I used to
Oh
have to
wow,
hold him down like this for him.
wow.
But you know what? So let me tell you something. But here's the thing about, and it's not necessarily men crying, but men are so sensitive these days. Like, oh my God, when y'all are sick, oh, I can't do anything, and I can't. Ugh, really?
Your boyfriend do that? I said your
No,
boyfriend do that?
no, he wouldn't. I mean, but but he's very. Can you do this for me? And can you do that for me? And I'm like,
But no, that's not crime. That's sentimental. That's just a show. See, you're being tested. That's a show that you really care if you go around and do all the stuff that he wants you to do.
I'm being tested.
You're being tested. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just that he want to make sure that you love is an action word. So if you go, could you get the crackers that I like from the grocery store?
Yes,
Right. His voice might get a little high. That's just you being tested. That's just you being that ain't got nothing to do with crying. That's
oh,
just you
that
being
ain't crying
no,
and
that
being
has nothing to do
sensitive and
because I do
emotional
that
and
myself. I do that
do
myself.
you?
Yeah, I do that myself. So, but that has nothing to do with that's just could you fix it? Nobody fix tea
Oh,
like you fix tea. Can you?
and Yeah, I'm be like, who does this when I'm not here? Like I I get
But
to put look fail.
right, right. That's just yeah. That's just you being tested. That's you just being tested. But like, but at the same time, the long as you'll go, "Oh, I'm sick." Like, get on out of here. Get on out of here.
Yeah, that
But
that is
Robert, I got a feeling that you would laugh. You would laugh. You would go in the other room and you would crack up laughing. That's the type of person you are.
now I might be on the phone with one of my friends and I might say, have you ever had, and they know it's happening to me, have you ever had somebody just cry like, I mean, I was taught that men cry in the showers. I was taught, so that, or in the rain or stuff like that. Like,
In the rain.
not,
Are you
not that there's
no,
a
it's
rain.
raining on my face. It's raining on my face. In the rain. Are you serious?
I mean, just wherever there's
In,
dripping
in a
water.
blizzard. In a blizzard. You see the water roll off my face? Come on, man. That
But they don't cry like that.
I'm
I
trying to
mean,
think. Have I ever cried around a female?
I don't think I've ever had a guy cry around
I
me.
cried. I cried around a female. I cried around a female.
Did you? What did you cry about? Do you
Huh?
remember? Do you remember what it was about? Huh?
Huh?
All right, we will talk about that.
Nah, yeah, I cried,
Don't
but I
do
didn't
it.
cry out loud. I didn't cry, I didn't cry out loud, but I have cried, so.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the female thought that was kind of sexy.
Is that what they thought?
That's what they thought. They thought
And
that was
what
kind
did
of sexy.
don't make it. Don't poke out your chest about you crying.
Even though they probably laughed behind my back, but at the
Okay.
same time, yeah. They thought
Okay.
that was kind of sexy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mm,
sexy. My man is sensitive and crying. I don't
mm.
think I've ever said that.
You be dating them. You be dating them thugs, Robert. You be dating them thugs. Cause, like, can I say this on the air? Your boyfriend got shot 4 times. That's right. So it ain't nothing. What? It ain't nothing for him. You can't hurt his feelings. You got shot 4 times. What?
He was in the military. That's a whole different. But the military is a whole different ball game.
Okay. All right.
And
Anyway,
no, you can't tell my business on air. Anyway,
I know. I love telling your business.
I know you do. That's why we're gonna talk about your girl.
Nobody gonna steal your identity because your boyfriend cried for four times.
Shut up.
Right. That is crazy. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, speaking of crying and somebody making somebody cry,
Mhm.
can
You
a
give me
wife or a
trouble.
husband have a male platonic friend? You go first, because I think you get it. So like let me paint the scene. If Texas, because I don't know his name, I just call him Texas. If Texas,
There's a reason why you don't know his name, because you
right?
call him out.
If Texas introduced you to a woman that he's been friends with for like 20 years, and they were like friends, how would that go over for you?
So this is the way that I am, and I'll be honest. I trust my man. I don't trust other people. It's like you learn to drive. You know how to drive. It's the other people you got to be aware of. I realize that not everybody wants everybody, but. And I also realize that you need people of the opposite sex to be in your corner in a sense, just to, to
Stop right there.
sometimes
Stop right there. Stop right there. So you would love that Texas have a friend that is the opposite sex, that when he goes through problems with you, he can run and tell that person what's going on.
No.
Because I was like, you asked for it.
No. Okay, so let me say this. One, I would like to think that I'm his best friend. I like to think that when he got going, and we're very we have grown to learn how to really talk to each other about anything. And so even though it hurts or even though it sounds crazy, like we have grown to talk to each other about anything.
Mhm.
So and he is also like in a fraternity. So he's, there are girls around and da 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 da. I mean, but I can't see a best female friend other than me. And I know it happens, but I'm like,
But wait a minute, but at the same time, it was before you. Was there any before
I
you?
I I
Because
get it. I'm sure that there was.
or is.
I'm sure there are females that he talks to. He doesn't lie about it. He doesn't hide it. He'll be like, so and so and so. Yeah, me and Renee was chopping it up. Blah 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 blah. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll listen. As long as I don't know. I'm a little jealous. And I'm not a good sharer.
I can see
So
your glasses getting fogged up when you talk about this. Yeah.
I'm not a good sharer. So, I I I like to think that it's all about me. I don't take him away from his friends. I don't, think that that's right. It all depends on how bestie they are.
Okay, so what if I'm the interviewer here.
You
So
trying to mess with me. Go
what
ahead.
if he had a friend and maybe he had a friend like over 30 years ago, right? And
Okay.
they was friends, right? So y'all
Okay.
got married and he continued it. Would you want him to continue that relationship with that friend of 30 years
Yeah.
that they would go
Yeah.
out to lunch together?
I would never, ever, ever, ever stop that. I mean, the only time that I would honestly stop it if there is a chance of people crossing lines. As long as you respect me and my man and know that there's a clear electric fence around him, then I'm good.
Okay.
What about
Okay.
you? Would
Well,
you?
I,
Would
I
you?
have I have multiple female friends that are just platonic. Nothing like we got together one time and but platonic friends, right? And I was married, and like they don't call me every day. That we don't go and kick it every week or whatever, but we do leave off. One friend, she looks at the show a lot of times. It's Shannon. Me and Shannon been friends for 30 years, and
That's
we
what I'm
just
talking
been
about.
but I think, well, we've been friends for 30 years, and so like say if she's married, so say if she came up say if she came up single and I was single, I don't think that we would be able to get together because we'd be friends. It just would be awkward for us to have a relationship, or my friend Kim. Big shout out to Kim in California, Kim Gibson. But but like that's another one. We just been friends or whatever. So we kick it. But I would say like, first of all, we're friends because we've been friends for 30 years. So if somebody new
Absolutely.
came into the picture, like, no, we're just friends because honestly, we could have been got with each other. If there was some curiosity there or anything, we could have got with each other. But at the same time, no, it's just friends. It's like, I don't desire anything from them. They don't desire anything from me. So the question was asking like, well, what if you became, single and they became single with y'all? I still don't think so. I really still don't think so. I think that we would just be predominantly friends, But a lot of guys be using that, oh, that's my cousin.
Well, you know what? They do. But I am really like I'm very, very forthright and open. I'm like, okay, go ahead and ask me any questions. So like I'm like, yeah, me and Sean are doing a show, and they like, Sean, I may not have, had many conversations about you, but I'm like, yeah, we go way back, blah, 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 blah. And I can do it. Now I'm very clear there are no new friends. We're not doing
Mhm.
new friends, but
Right, right, right.
for older friends, you have a bond. And I would expect that he respects us.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. As long as we respect us, I'm good. If we're not respecting us or they are not respecting us, then I have a definite problem. And he
Yeah.
will not hear the end of that one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, 'cause, yeah, I mean, even though me and you kick it, and so we able to do the show, and so it's no harm, no foul or whatever. And then even before we were doing shows, we would conversate like every now and then. We would conversate like what, once, twice, 3 times a year.
Yeah.
When you came on my house, ask for bags.
Don't I asked for a donation? Sean, you get your words mixed up very quickly.
Okay, tell me tell the audience what happened again.
So I usually down in Baltimore, my cousins have a weekend. They have an organization where we work with the homeless the second Saturday of the month. And there was one, it might have been a Christmas, it was like the Christmas or Easter holiday where I was asking
Easter.
for people to donate. I'm trying to see if I have one, like one of those. I asked for a shopping bag, but I was talking about those real big ones, like that you may get from TJ Maxx or that you buy at Wegmans, the 99-cent ones. So I say, Sean, I was like, I'm collecting bags to give to the homeless so I can put stuff in. Da, 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 da. And I go to Sean's house, and it looked like he went under his kitchen sink and took like 20 of these. I was trying to get you to understand, that like
I thought because you was like bags. I'm like, this Slim, I got a whole bunch of bags. I got bags that have bags.
I meant like real bags, like grocery bags, like
you gotta be specific. Because I thought that you was talking about like black plastic bags where you put the hole in or whatever.
I'm talking about so we can, and I was like, we have all these supplies and stuff that we want to put in, and we know they carry them around. Like I know I give the whole spiel. So it was just
then she got mad at me because I ain't had no bags.
I drove to you. It wasn't like a 5-minute ride.
I didn't know. I thought it was just the plastic bags. But anyway.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And we learn stuff about each other every time. Like I learned Sean is definitely not a drinker. So girlfriend, if you expect Sean to drink, he was just talking about what we was talking about before we got on stage. I
had some cognac in this. Yeah.
You didn't say
some cognac.
Sean said, yeah, I got my eggnog with vodka in it. I was like, damn, put vodka in eggnog. Boy, you better know. I'm gonna get Sean some Pennsylvania Dutch. If anybody's real eggnog with some bourbon drinker, I'm gonna get you some Pennsylvania
Dutch. What is that?
It's the real eggnog. Now, my daddy back in the day used to make eggnog from scratch. Now, you want to talk about some holiday celebrating?
Mm-hmm.
Man, my daddy and my aunts and them, they used to put bourbon in everything. Like this woman came over, she was pregnant. We was like, oh, I'm sorry, you can't eat. Like we had to go out and get her something to eat because they put bourbon in the green beans and everything.
Just one time. I wish Mr. Jones wouldn't make the show. Look, everybody look for our anniversary show. Mr. Jones gonna have to come up here and be a special guest to know who we talk about. Mr. Jones makes every show.
Yes, he does.
Every show. You can be talking about the moon. You like, yeah, the moon look good. Like, yeah, my daddy got a telescope that we can see the moon. Like, come on, Mr. Jones, really, Mr. Jones. I'm so proud of Mr. Jones for raising you. I don't know what to do.
That's a good daddy. I got a good daddy.
You got a good daddy. That's good.
I do.
Well, that's the end of That's the end of our show. Any questions?
But wait a minute. Sean, where your book? That's my book.
Well, read your. Well, say
So
your
for
book.
anyone, if this your first time on, Sean and I try not to leave a show without giving y'all a little treat or this is something great for the
Give,
Christmas
giving y'all a little treat. That's
stocking
funny.
stuffers. I know our treat is us. The treat is us. But right there is my book. It's Didi Freshman Year. Get it while it's hot right now. It's on Amazon. Um, Great story, coming of age about a young girl going through her first year of high school. But I'm telling you, it takes us back to what we remember high school to be like. And students that are going through that now, they can enjoy that as well. And Sean, where's our second book?
Our second book is the autobiography of Sean Sarvis, the father, the son, the
And the
comedian. It's the
comedian.
autobiography about me. I grew up in Glass Manor, how I made the road, the stardom. Was on the road with Kevin Hart and Monique and Saturday Entertainer and all these other people. Was great and everything. It's a true story. Some parts of it is gonna make you laugh. I mean, you're gonna be out on the floor laughing. Some parts gonna make you cry.
They're gonna make you do the man cry.
Make you cry, but at the same time, it's a good read. It's about 244 pages or whatever. Some people read it in one day or a couple of days or whatever. But
Yeah,
you
it's
can go
taking me
to
5 months, but
right. You go get Robin's book on Amazon.com. Robin ROBYN D Jones. Yes, on Amazon, and you can get my book. You can cash at me at Big Sarv, BIGSARV, $BIGSARV, and put your address in the memo, and I'll send it out to you, or whatever, for a stocking stuffer. And so, yeah, so that is.
Sean, I have a question. So,
What's up?
For some people, they don't know this is your second book.
That's my second book. I got my. Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. I got my first book right here.
Yeah, because I don't think what people know about you is that you're the love doctor. I don't think that they know that. So, Sean, are they able to still get that book, or
they're able to still get this book? Go on to Amazon.com, and this book is sold on Amazon.com under Lost in Love. Lost in Love, the GPS to a Christian relationship. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start bringing this book up on it too.
Yeah, because you know I'm lost in love. They got a song like that from New Edition. We need to play that. I'm lost in love.
That's where it was inspired of. But it's funny. It's funny, and I'm gonna tell you something. If you read that book, you will be in a relationship in 2 weeks. I guarantee it. Yeah.
Okay, what if you in a relationship? Will he propose to me in a no?
You would get proposed to in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I guarantee you all your money back.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I got big plans for my man, so he knows.
When is he gonna propose?
Oh, I don't know. It's supposed to be a surprise.
Okay. I'll leave you alone. Because you know, if any of our listeners know, Robin does not like to give up any information. She does not like to give up. She don't want nobody to know where she live. She don't want nobody to know her social security number or anything like that. She don't want nobody to know nothing.
I don't want to give any of that up. But you like to tell everything.
I tell everything. I tell
you do.
I don't be telling everything.
You do.
Anyway, thanks for coming out. Look, hit the subscribe button on YouTube for y'all.
YouTube. Beauty and the Comedian YouTube.
That's right. We're sorry that we cannot respond to you on Facebook because we don't see the messages that go vertical, but we will check them later and everything. So if you want to say what's up to us, we'll say what's up back after the show. You know, so
But while we're live, you can leave comments on YouTube, and we can see them on YouTube.
Oh, you can leave comments on YouTube?
Yes. So
I didn't know that. I'm amazed.
If they go over to YouTube, we can see the comments, and we can bring you guys into our conversation.
Right.
That's
absolutely.
exciting.
So on behalf of Robin D. Jones and myself, Sean Salvas, we love you. A Merry Christmas to you, and we'll be back next Thursday at 7 o'clock. If you can't catch us live, we'll be here all week. So check us out. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.